My name is Alan McDonald and my script is called Last Week. Last Week is a relationship drama set 7 days before the end of the world. A meteor is about to hit the Earth. There's nothing we can do to save ourselves, it's just happening. And my story focuses on a group of people in a small Scottish town, each of whom still have some personal demons or business that they have left to attend to, things that they've never come to terms with. And it's about how these different people in this small town across the 7 days towards the end come to terms with their personal demons, with their worries, with the things they've never quite found peace in, and find a sense of community in the process. I've had the idea for Last Days for a long time, pretty much since I was a teenager. I grew up in a small town in the west of Scotland called McDonald, just outside Glasgow. It's where Gregory's Girl was shot in the 70s, and it's a town on a hill, surrounded by hills. You have parks, you have pedestrian walkways, kind of trees and things, but you don't have much else other than houses. And it was very much a place where I grew up reading fantasy novels and watching Doctor Who and just kind of thinking about what the world was like outside of my small town. And it had been in my mind for a very long time that if the world ended, this is where I would be. And throughout my life, it was an idea I kept coming back to. And then in late 2018, I was chosen for the BBC Drama Writers Programme for 2019. And I was paired up with Bad Wolf, particularly with Zandria Horton, who was there at the time, and Anna Fywell. And together we looked at a range of pitches that I had, and Last Week was the one that really stood out. So across the course of 2019 on the BBC Drama Writers Programme, I developed that script, and we went through multiple drafts. And then at the end of the programme, the script came back to me, and over 2020, after COVID and everything that has happened, I've really kind of dug back into thinking about what it's like to live in a situation where all the controls come away from you, and it feels sometimes like the world is really ending, but you're just living your ordinary life. And that to me is the very centre of what Last Week is all about. It's about ordinary people in very extraordinary circumstances, and how they come to process the things that are going on in their life at the time, and hopefully find some measure of peace and community in it. I work in both film and TV. I really enjoy both. They do have more differences, I think, than you would expect. Film, I think you need to paint with a bit of a broader brush. You can have subtlety in film, and films can be beautifully moving, subtle pieces, but I think they deal in very big emotions, and you're looking for something which is a very contained story. Over the period of roughly 2 hours, you want to take the audience through an entire journey. And come out the other side feeling like something has changed, or you've made a statement about the world or the way we feel in the world. And film stories feel big to me in that respect. TV stories can absolutely be big, especially today, but they're big across multiple episodes, across longer series. And I think in television, what you're really looking to do is hook people in with something that feels immediate and feels like it has a lot of intrigue for the long term. So a TV pilot is incredibly hard to write, but it should tell a contained story whilst also giving a sense that there are so many stories still to tell, whether that be a long serialized tale or multiple kind of stories of the week going forward. I really like both. I think film can be incredibly moving and incredibly thrilling, and can really take you out of yourself for a couple of hours and just take you to another place. TV, I think, is closer to the novel in that you can really become attached to characters over a long period of time and feel like you know them, and return to them year after year when your life changes as well. So they start to feel like they are tied to your life in a much more intimate, personal way. And that also really excites me, the idea of taking characters over 3, 5, maybe even more years, whilst the audience's lives change as well, I think is incredibly compelling and very exciting.